It's on Instagram. I'm both. I'm on my phone on Facebook and Instagram right here. So, and my toes are out. A trip. Okay, so hi Yolanda. How are you? I know I was late, but my device wasn't working, so I had to switch over. Can you get your phone so you can tell when 30 minutes is up? Because I don't want to do an hour today, even though I could easily. Hi, Sissy. I love you. Okay, so. I'm trying to wait till my people get on. I had to switch devices. Because Facebook wasn't coming up on my iPad. Please excuse me for being ratchet for a minute. Okay, so I was late because I had some technical difficulties. Hi, love. Mwah. I had some technical difficulties. So I'm just going to go ahead and recap. So today on Tracy Talks, as most of you know, I am Tracy Marche. And today on Tracy's Talk, my topic is going to be centered around Don't Look Back. I'm going to use the parable from a story in the Bible about Lot's wife. Most of you are familiar with the story of Lot's wife, but I'll briefly kind of go into that. But basically, the last Tracy Talks, we did a topic. Hi, Mason. How are you? We did a topic called, it was the betrayal that blessed me. So just to kind of recap on, it was the betrayal that blessed me. Hello, Shania. Hi, how are you? Hi, Donna. Just to recap on, it was the betrayal that blessed me. We talked about how, you know, we automatically have a preconceived notion that when we go through a situation where we're betrayed, that, you know, we look at it as a negative type situation. And so on that Tracy Talks segment, I talked to you and we kind of dove into how you can start taking a different perspective and having a different mindset on betrayal, and how you can really take something out of a situation of betrayal to grow upon and to build upon, instead of looking at it from a negative standpoint. So that was it was the betrayal that blessed me. So moving on to this week, we're going to talk about Don't Look Back. So once we go through situations where we've been betrayed and we've learned how to, you know, circum that and get past that and things of that nature, how do we get ourselves to a place in life where we don't look back on the hurt, the disappointment, whatever was done to us that can make us feel low about ourselves, or like throwing in the towel, or whatever the case may be? How do we get to that place where we don't look back? So that's what we're going to be kind of chiming in on today. Hi, Donna. How are you? Okay, so where was I? So yeah, we're going to be chiming on that. So looking back, everybody knows what it is to look back. So I just kind of jotted down some things that come to my mind when I think about looking back. Things that, you know, looking back, it keeps you trapped because you're constantly focused on that thing that happened, and you're constantly looking back instead of focus forward. So looking back keeps you trapped. It keeps you in a complacent state of mind, and it takes the focus off where you're going. So we have to, you know, remember those things. We don't want to be, you know, going along this path in life, constantly looking into a rearview mirror of what happened, what was, how something could have been different. Because we could live our whole life, our whole existence, expanding and pondering on those things. Thank you, Mason. Okay, so the parable that I wanted to talk to you guys about that best reminded me of Don't Look Back was a story in the Bible about a man named Lot. And Lot had a wife, and the Bible never mentioned his wife's name, so we don't have a name for this one. We just know it was Lot's wife. And he had a daughter. They didn't mention the daughter's names either. We just know that Lot was a righteous man. He was definitely family oriented because he had a family and he took very good care of his family. He was wealthy and he was favored. Lot was one of those people who had it all. Like, we all know someone like celebrity, somebody we see on TV, you know, like they just have the stature. I mean, they have everything you possibly could want. And Lot was that man. He had favor in the eyes of God. He owned tons of land. He was recognized by everyone in the place that he lived in. So the problem here was, even though he had all these things going for him, he lived in a corrupt city. So Lot's family lived in the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you're familiar with Sodom and Gomorrah, you know that, you know, God decided to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because Sodom and Gomorrah were both very corrupt cities. So the fact that Lot had favor in the eyes of God, God sent an angel to speak to Lot about what was going to happen. It's oftentimes with us that God will send someone or a sign to us that warns us. So there's a saying that goes, warning comes before destruction, however you want to word it. And so sometimes God will send people along our paths that will do that very thing. Like, they'll speak something into our life, or they'll try to share something with us that they see down the road that we may not see. Thank you, Mason. That we may not see. And so in this case, God sent an angel to speak to Lot. And when God sent this angel to speak to Lot, the angel pre-warned Lot what was going to happen in the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. The angel, thank you, Tanya, the angel went to Lot because God sent him to Lot. And the angel told, thank you, Denise, the angel told Lot that he needed to take his family and he needed to flee from Sodom and Gomorrah, because Sodom and Gomorrah were going to be destroyed, completely destroyed. No traces of Sodom and Gomorrah would be left. And so because Lot had favor in the eyes of God, God saw fit to pre-warn him and allow him time to get himself and his family out of harm's way, per the warning from the angel. And so, excuse me. You doing okay over there? Okay, so like I said, I have a live studio audience here with me today. So I'm giving them a hand real quick for being with me on today. So anyways, you know, like I said, there are many times when, you know, God will send warnings our way. It's what we do with that information that counts, because sometimes we can disregard the information, we can disregard the warnings, and if we do that, that's when we can often find ourselves stuck in those situations where we're complacent, we made a wrong decision, a bad move, and we find ourselves looking back because we're stuck in a place that we shouldn't be in, we didn't want to be in. We were pre-warned to, you know, move and shift from that place, but we don't. So in this instance, once the angel went to Lot and told Lot to get his family out of this city, they are now fleeing this city. So mind you, in fleeing this city, they're not, you know, packing up a U-Haul, taking all of their earthly possessions. And, you know, Lot, he's wealthy. He's extra wealthy. So they have everything, like everything, but they can't take all this stuff, you know. The point is, Lot, get yourself, get your wife, your 2 daughters, and leave before this place, Sodom and Gomorrah, this corrupt city. Get out of this city before it is destroyed, okay? So they can't take anything. So it's just like with us. We will be warned or told, or a sign comes for us to move, and we're so hell-bent on holding on to what's in that place, because it's a place of comfort. It's our inside the box, so to speak. We are afraid to break the parameters and move outside. Hi, Tamika. And to move outside of our comfort zone, outside of, you know, the norm, what we've known all of our life. And so instead of, you know, going to the place of focus, we remain in the place that we've been warned to move ourselves from. And that is exactly what happened in this situation. They're fleeing the city. And the second part of this is that the angel instructed Lot and his family not to look back. Whatever you do, do not look back. Those are the instructions from the angel, because God gave him those instructions to give to Lot. Don't look back. If you look back, you're going to be turned into a pillar of salt. So you're destroyed, okay? And so they're fleeing the city. And as they're fleeing the city, Lot is reminding his family, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. No one's looking back, but his wife decides, all she's thinking about is, you know, the earthly possession. She's thinking about the land, the houses, the money. She's thinking about everything that she was comfortable with back there. And so there's no way that she's just going to flee this city and not take one look back in the